Guys, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video, especially if you're a big Texas or Alabama fan. As you all know, I've already come up with a prediction for Texas and Alabama. While I'm not changing my prediction, I also like to come up with scenarios on how the underdog could win. So I've decided to come up with one for how Texas could upset Alabama in week 2 at home. Um, Number one, they got Bijan Robinson, a really, really good running back, maybe the best in the country. He can run good. He's good at breaking tackles. He can catch balls in the backfield. He can go downfield and catch passes. I think Texas needs to utilize him as a receiver and as a runner. He might have to run it 15, 20 times and catch the ball 10, 15 times. You know, Ewers, the new quarterback for Texas. He's a five-star talent, but he's never played college football in terms of an actual football game. You know, spring's one thing, but a real game is completely different. But in spring, I didn't see a lot of good. I saw a lot of overthrown passes, inaccurate balls, stuff like that you see out of an inexperienced quarterback. While I think he might do better than that, it's gonna be week 2. That's gonna be a problem. So I think what he should focus on, what Texas should focus on doing, is being content with incomplete passes, having a lot of incomplete passes, complete simple passes, use some screen passes, use some slant passes, quick throws to get the ball out your hands and set it up to where it's third and manageable, not too many third and long plays, be able to run the football. Texas usually has a good offensive line, so I think that'll hold up pretty well for Ewers. Use Ewers as a runner, however you say his name, the new quarterback for Texas. Use some play action passes, play action fakes to open up some big plays down the field. Because with Bijan Robinson as a running back, Alabama's going to have a box there with 7 or 8 guys being blitzed a lot. So that's how you can combat that. And then you can go back to the running game for offense. Defense. Texas has to play a complete game defensively. They have to tackle. That was a big problem last year. And they'd give up 10 points or more leads at halftime with Oklahoma State, among other teams. They can't do that. And this is why I think the main reason why they'll lose that game. But if they win this game, they have to use a bend don't break approach defensively. What do I mean by that? Well, Bryce Young, for example, he's a really good quarterback. But as I said before, with all quarterbacks that have a dominant, true first year, meaningful year of college football experience, they usually struggle the next year. And again, not because they suck or they have a decline. It's just because once you've the defenses that quarterback has to play, the opposing defenses the following year have watched film on you for a year. They know your tendencies. They know how you throw passes. They know how you move. So they're going to be able to prepare better versus seeing you for the first time and not knowing what to expect or not having enough time or anything like that to prepare for you. So I would say Texas's defense has to have at least 2 or 3 interceptions in this game. How are they going to do that when their secondary has struggled? I would say, well, use your linebackers to blitz. You don't even have to get to the quarterback and sack him. You can at least put pressure. See, Georgia did that really good in their last game. Even Auburn's defense did really good against Alabama. Even Florida's defense, and Florida's defense was not very good last year. I talk about them because when they showed up and brought pressure to Bryce Young, he struggled a lot. Even if he didn't throw a pick, he had an overthrown ball, and it led to being a third and long or a fourth down. They had to punt the football. If you can't make a punt, which I doubt Texas will be able to do, I think Texas needs to hold Alabama to a bunch of field goals in the red zone. That's what they should do. And that's part of why Georgia beat Alabama. They can talk about the receivers, but Georgia's defense was legit last year. Do I think Texas's defense will be anywhere near that? No. But can they hold Alabama to field goals? Very possible if they tackle and they buckle down and do what they need to do for a full hour. Because they have as much talent as Alabama, if not more. They recruit very well also. So it's very possible if they play a full game for 60 minutes of college football, they can pull it off. Again, quarterback has to make a few. He doesn't have to be Trevor Lawrence. He has to make at least 3 or 4, maybe 5 explosive plays through the air. He has to know when to throw the football away. Bijan Robinson has to have a monster night. The offensive line has got to hold up like it usually does because the offense wasn't necessarily an issue in all their games. Defense has to tackle. They got to buckle down. They got to get to Bryce Young. They got to make that offense one-dimensional, make them win by running the football. And again, you got to be able to tackle. You got to slow down Alabama's running game. Alabama always runs the football really well, but if you can slow that down to like 100 yards, maybe 120, and make them earn every yard and hold them to field goals, you always got a chance. Again, force turnovers. Don't turn the ball over yourself. Texas has the home field advantage, so if they can do all these things and all these things work out for them, who knows? You can force Alabama to an underachieving night on offense, and defensively not be able to do enough to win that game. So you can pull this out. I mean, Texas can pull this out if they do all those things. But do I think they can do all those things? No. But if they do, and if they win, that's why. So that wouldn't surprise me if they did win the game.